That's why I love doing these groups, because when I started them 5 years ago, that was one of the key motivators. I saw another person leading them, and he was talking about, at the time in 2018, meet in groups, gather in groups. Now is the time. There's energy transmissions that happen between souls. This is part of the ascension, but you have to gather in person in circles. He didn't say about anything specific, but just, and of course, if it's more of a conscious topic you're gathering about, even better, of course. So this is essential. We can't really do it alone. It's much, much harder alone. And that's, now that we're, see, that's what brought me out. Yes, focus. That's what brought me out of my heavy, dark spell I was in at the time. That was like late 2018. And in one sense, I was living in a beautiful house with beautiful people, and I was doing bioenergy healing. And then I was still, day to day, the end of the day would come, and I'd feel like, I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel like I contributed. Something was still missing, and I couldn't pinpoint it until, like I said, that his name is Rick Jewers. I follow him on Facebook. This is I'll plug this to you, Rick. Oh my God, yeah. I'll send him this little clip. Because at the time I asked, this is coming together. I had another friend who was sharing me with her story. You know, Greg, I recently asked, I wanted to meet a master, my master in flesh, a real person, a guru. And then it happened. Just a moment later, her world was brought to Sadhguru. And
that's a genetic I love Sadhguru. I found 3 years ago.
Okay.
That has been my guru.
Okay.
I never, if I had the opportunity to be on his ashram or whatever.
Well, you can go. So she did. She went down to Tennessee, spent the week long.
Okay.
It's an option. And she had a spiritual experience. The full legitimate, out of the whole group, he led people out, to die. She died. And he was guided, her soul was guided in the after realm. Okay. I'm not going to try to explain it. Okay. But basically she came back, and so she realized this guy's legit. Wow, right? So she met her guru. And I heard the whole story. There's a lot more, but I heard the story. I'm like, I want to meet my guru. I just want to meet somebody in the flesh that I could be influenced by. And the next day, hey, my other friend said, this guy, Rick Jewers, is in town and he's speaking, and come, we'll see him, he's in Richmond. And it's like, I checked his video, I think, and I was like, let's go. I didn't even check his video. For some reason, I was like, this is it, just go. It was obvious. When there's something so obvious and so easily lined up, you just go. And I met him, we did a circle there. And we connected, and I ended up inviting him to our home, and I did some video work for him. And so I spent the whole 2 days with him. He's been traveling the world ever since. He's living in Europe these days, doing his contribution on a global scale, the work he's doing with the GPMS, the Global People's Monetary System. And so I had this relation ongoing. I had him in a dream, I had him in a vision. He's awakened. He had a spiritual awakening about 10 years ago. And so that's the time where he was saying, gather. Wherever you are in the world, now's the time to gather. And so I was really influenced. So I thought, good, let's gather. And I had the first gathering was with Victoria, and we had our free heart math gathering. People came, we did a free heart math session teaching heart-brain coherence. And that finally opened the tidal wave, the gates, and I realized, that's how you do a gathering. You just do a gathering, you send out the invite, you prepare, and they come. Wow, okay, I thought it was harder than that. And it just started cascading. The next week, we did heart math. The next week, Course in Miracles. The next week, it was Power of 8, and it was like one after another. Okay, so all of that to summarize, what got me out of that slump? It was me living on my own without really outputting and an outlet to contribute. Once these circles started happening, I came alive. I forgot about my little depression. And here we are. This is what we're doing still now.